On this episode of The Balancing Act, how tutoring can give your children the advantage they deserve, plus a facility that provides therapy and more to all ages. We're going to introduce you to a company that can help you be smarter about your financial future. All of this and much more on The Balancing Act.
Every child deserves the best education possible. Take a look at this.
According to Benjamin Franklin, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. And that still rings true today. A kickstart to a more fulfilling education means a brighter future for all.
So reading is pivotally important at any age, but especially at a young age. When I was in 3rd and 4th grade, I could barely read. It was terribly embarrassing. But after 4th grade, in the summer after 4th grade, I read this book called Hatchet by Gary Paulson. It's about a kid who goes and lives in the wilderness. And it absolutely changed my life and opened up this world of reading that I didn't even know existed. After that summer, I literally read 50 books. I wasn't even trying to get good at reading. I wasn't trying to get good at school. But when I came back to school at the beginning of 5th grade, school was easy for me. I was one of the top students in my class, and I continued to work hard and I maintained that advantage. Without that summer of reading, there is no possible way I would have achieved what I've achieved today. And the reason for that is because reading is the most important skill that students can have in education. And I would actually say one of the most important skills you can have in life.
With locations in Summit and Bernardsville, New Jersey, Summit Prep is an organization that helps students achieve their full potential in education and beyond.
We offer standardized exams prep, so SAT, ACT prep, as well as academic tutoring. Also graduate school, so GREs, GMATs, LSATs, etc. So we really help students study for exams that are coming up and also study for school. So my grandma always said to cook really well, you need the best ingredients. And I think we hire really the best. So less than 1% of our applicants are hired, and they're all brilliant, but a unique combination of EQ and IQ, so emotional intelligence, as well as regular, whatever brilliance, intelligence you want to put it. And we spend about 160 hours training each and every one of our tutors before they see even the first student.
For most of my life, I had never been a great test taker. Early on, it just standardized tests never worked for me, and also being a year behind in the math that I was at that time. There were a lot of things I had to learn and not so much time to catch up on them. So I knew that I was going to have to tutor a lot and kind of have a good person that would motivate me to succeed and not just be miserable test taking.
I think something that David was able to do to cater to my needs was not, this sounds dumb, but not make me feel stupid. He always made me feel like he was at the same level as I was, and even though he had the information and could help me walk through a problem, he was able to understand why I was confused and why something like that was difficult for me. And I think by kind of becoming more at my level, it made the environment more open and welcoming and made me less afraid to make mistakes.
There's been so much grade inflation over the years that parents really need to reframe their understanding of what grades mean. And according to the Higher Education Research Institute's freshman survey, 70% of students who are at four-year universities, they had an A-, A, or A+ average when they were in high school. That's basically everyone. So literally, if you don't have an A average when you're in high school, that means you're below average if you're intending to go and study at a four-year BA granting university.
Every child has a different personality, and every tutor has a different personality. And I think at Summit Prep, there is somebody for everyone. And while it may not be your first session that finds your perfect fit, throughout your time at Summit Prep, you will maximize and achieve your full potential with whatever tutor works best for you.
Ready to kickstart your child's educational future? Visit their website, summitprep.com, or go to our website, thebalancingAct.com.
Mental health awareness is increasing, and our next story highlights just how important it is.
According to the National Alliance for Mental Illness, in 2020, 1 in 5 people experienced a mental illness, with over 12 million adults and 6 million youth having serious thoughts of suicide.
It's normal and encouraged for someone to seek medical help when they have a medical condition. With mental health problems, folks may delay as much as 8 or 10 years before the onset or the beginnings of recognizing there's a mental health challenge and actually seeking help for it. People are often afraid of the stigma associated with mental health, that they may be judged, that people in their lives may shy away from them for fear of being attached to that mental health disorder. They're not sending get well soon cards or casseroles to those homes for those folks. And that's one of the biggest challenges that we have in having folks recognize that mental health problems are treatable, help is available, people should seek help as soon as possible, and outcomes for folks can be much better for 90% of people with mental health conditions.
It's always okay to seek help when you need it. With multiple locations all over northern New Jersey, CarePlus New Jersey is dedicated to improving individuals' and families' quality of life by providing exceptional mental health care, addiction recovery services, social support programs, plus so much more.
CarePlus New Jersey is a community mental health center that's been providing services to communities across northern New Jersey for over 40 years now. We provide addiction recovery services, mental health services, and social support services for individuals, children, and families across their lifespan. We really focus on providing trauma-informed and inclusive care to people despite ability to pay or other types of social determinants of health that may make it less likely for them to receive the support that they need. CarePlus has evolved over the last several years to integrate the wonders of telehealth and technology into our service continuum, as well as providing in-person, in our office, and in community services. CarePlus has had connections with the school systems throughout our time as a community mental health center. We know that schools are such an important part of the community. It's where children go every day. Some go there for their meals, for their breakfast and their lunches, and before and after care. And it's where they're learning and growing every day. Partnering with schools is key because we can provide that education early on to not just the teachers and the faculty of the schools, but it's also a way to connect back with parents and students themselves on social emotional learning, wellness, what signs or symptoms may be of a developing mental health problem, and the importance of seeking help and asking adults for help if they need it. If someone's noticing that they're experiencing a change in their eating or their sleeping or their ability to enjoy satisfying relationships, perform well at their job, or even get up and do their day-to-day activities, that may be a sign that something is happening related to a mental health challenge. We want people to know that there is help out there. There are community mental health centers like CarePlus New Jersey that have decreased barriers to seeking help and that can assist if there's any type of financial challenge or perceived financial challenge in getting that help.
It's time to change the narrative when it comes to mental health. Everyone deserves to live a happy life. To learn more about their services, visit the website CarePlusNJ.org or go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
Managing your money doesn't need to be stressful. Take a look at this.
Everybody always says you should live for today, but while you're enjoying the present, you should always be planning for the future, and that includes financial planning.
Most people don't spend much time on financial planning, and they sort of assume that if they do things the right way, everything will work out. But the reality is, even on a basic sense, if you don't have a plan, it's very hard to get to your destination. And most people don't even know what that destination is. So financial planning helps not only set the destination, but then point out the hazards that might be in the way of getting there and how to overcome them. Years ago, people could look forward to working their full career at one company and retire with a pension. But pension plans have been on the decline for decades. And unfortunately, Social Security is not a replacement for a pension plan. So we're burdened today by having to save for our own retirement with our own money. And so, given that the burden is on us, you need to have a plan to make sure that you can retire as successfully as you worked. With traditional retirement plans like IRAs and 401ks, we're taught to put money in and get a tax deduction. We get tax deferral while they grow. But when we go to take money out in retirement, we have to pay income tax. And unfortunately, with the situation our country is in with our national debt and other expenses, in all likelihood, taxes will be going up in the future. So most people who have done a really good job of saving in those plans over the last decades are setting themselves up for potential unhappiness later on down the road when they pay more tax to get the money out of the plan.
Since 1990, IFG Wealth Strategies has been helping customers with their financial planning and money management.
I started IFG Wealth Strategies 32 years ago in a response to what I saw in our family business. My dad owned an advertising agency, and while he was very successful, it was a challenge for him not only to keep more of what he made, but also to save for retirement with all the expenses and demands of the business and ever increasing taxes. So I decided advertising wasn't for me, but I found that there was an industry that helped people like my dad save for retirement and keep more of what they made, and that was the financial planning industry. I've spent the last 33 years now working with successful families and business owners to help them not only keep more of what they make, preserve what they've built, and then pass it on to future generations. The name of our financial planning process is called the Total Wealth Solution, and we provide all areas of financial planning so our clients can come to one place and get the answers that they need.
We were looking into different types of retirement plans and financial planning because when you hit a certain age and you've worked so hard for so long and you send 2 children to college and you see everything that you've worked for start to dwindle down, you realize that you need to start building it back up and in order to live the way you expected in retirement.
I'm looking into retirement. I need an expert to help me, with my finances for retirement. I really think that, you have to use someone who does this every day. You don't want to go at it as an amateur.
Every individual and every family is different. Their goals are different, their assets are different, and of course, their characteristics are different. They're different ages, they live in different parts of the country. So in order to try to do a one-size-fits-all plan, there are going to be a lot of people who are unhappy. So by doing custom planning, people are able to set their own goals with their own resources and come out with solutions that are unique to them and that they're happy with.
If you're interested in learning more about financial freedom and zero-tax retirement planning, visit their website, ifg1990.com, or you can call 908-800-2640. You can always visit our website, thebalancingact.com.
Don't miss our next story. It truly is a recipe for success.
When you hear the words frozen foods, what comes to mind? Pizza and snacks? TV dinners? We're here at Cuisinery Food Market in Paramus, and there's definitely more to frozen foods than meets the eye.
So at Cuisinery Food Market, we are a food store and online e-commerce specialized in specialty food imported mainly from Europe. We have a wide range of ready meal made by chef and local artisan that really differentiate us from the other frozen food that you can find in your local supermarket. In general, we are breaking the frozen food barrier with the quality of the product that we're selling. The pastry that you can buy at Cuisinery is going to be as good and as fresh once you bake it as what you can find in a French bakery if you travel abroad, for example. Or our ready meal will be as tasteful as if you're sitting in a nice restaurant and order, let's say, a cassoulet or beef bourguignon.
We're all about breaking the frozen food barrier. Other places you used to frozen pizza, we have frozen flamme couche, which is a tart flambe. Rather than frozen French fries, we have potato croquettes or yuca fries. And instead of frozen cookies, we have macarons. We are one of the few stores that you can find these classic French recipes that are made in the U.S. by top chefs.
Cuisinery Food Market sells healthy and nutritious frozen meals that are chef-inspired.
All our classic French recipes are done here in the US by chefs. And what they do is they take the time to slowly cook these dishes. And that's what it was all about back then, is you put it on in the morning, you went out and worked, and then you came back and had dinner. Quality of food that we use, as well as the French recipes that we have, we trust only to the best chefs. Using classic French techniques makes it homemade because you're not adding anything to preserve it for longer. The flash freezing technique that we use makes it taste like it just came out of Europe.
And if that's not enough, their frozen recipes retain more vitamins and minerals than fresh fruits and vegetables.
So the nutritional value of our food is most of the time better than when it's fresh food, because our products are frozen right after being cooked or harvested when it comes to our vegetables, meaning that we can retain more vitamin and nutrient overall in our meals and products. Our unique offering is available both online and in our store. We have currently 3 locations, one in New Jersey, another one in Florida, and one in Texas. And if you're not living near those areas, you can easily purchase the same product online on our website. They can either select in-store pickup if they want to save on shipping and can come and pick up their order directly at our store, or else we can ship directly to their home, and every order is shipped and arrive within 48 hours after shipping.
No cutting, no prepping, just heat, eat, and enjoy, guilt-free.
So I just want to let everybody know you can build a meal with the pre-made meals that we have or the raw ingredients. You pick out your appetizers, your starches and sides, and then don't forget the torch for the creme brulee at the end. Not only does everything taste great, we have a great variety. We have vegetarian, we have gluten-free, and we can also do vegan. We have a wonderful selection of products, from appetizers to vegetables to starches, proteins, pre-made desserts and meals, as well as croissants that you can bake yourself.
We also have a wide selection of dry goods, because when it comes to cooking, you might need to have any other ingredients to spice up a little bit your meal.
I want everybody to know that we're saving you time. We've done all the selection of the highest ingredients. We do all that slow process cooking for you so that you can spend time with your family, put it in the oven, 20 minutes later, you have a meal that's ready to go. And I want to say too, that you're doing great too. It's not easy to make 5-star meals every night of the week.
You won't be disappointed, and you're going to be able to taste the same flavor that I tasted back home.
For more information about Cuisinery Food Market or to place your order, go to CuisineryFoodMarket.com or go to our website, TheBalancingAct.com.
If you're looking for inspiration for something new to try, our next story is right up your alley.
Fun, new experiences are a great source of joy. Let's see how a pair of photography professionals and friends became inspired to share their love of international travel and adventure.
Najat and I met 25 years ago in New York City. We were both working as freelance travel photographers. In 2007, we started PhotoQuest Adventures, offering intimate photography workshops all over the world.
The fact that we're female-owned actually opened a lot of doors for us. So when we go to destinations, and the fact that Miriam and I speak so many different languages, it enables us to create situations where it's easier to photograph the locals and the tribes, and then, the natives of whichever country we're traveling to.
Miriam and Najat recognize the life-changing perspective gained from being immersed in cultures around the globe.
So we've been all over the world to more than 90 countries, but we've been to Iceland to photograph the Northern Lights. We've been to Patagonia to photograph the most amazing landscapes. We also have local domestic photography workshops in the United States, really geared for low-budget travelers. We still provide access and things that people can't do on their own.
They have curated an outstanding variety of opportunities to experience the amazing natural and cultural wonders of the world.
We take small groups of people all around the world to create these amazing cultural experiences for them.
When people come on our workshops, they might feel intimidated by their gear, but when they get back home and they look at their images, they're completely blown away by the quality of the work.
Hands-on instruction is delivered in real time while immersed in beautiful settings.
Our guides are very knowledgeable. They'll teach about their culture, educate them. So I think people come away with not only getting great images and a knowledge of photography, but a knowledge of the culture they were visiting.
Local guides reveal hidden treasures, while Quest leaders provide expert lessons on capturing the unforgettable moments.
I've been traveling with Miriam and Najat and PhotoQuest Adventures for over 10 years since they started the company. I know that they're going to take care of each one of the people on the trip by hiring the best guides and making sure that we're safe and have a great jam-packed adventure to make the most out of each destination.
Beyond the new skills developed, Quest takers find enduring value in the cultures experienced and relationships made.
It's very important for us to respect the different cultures and the different places that we visit, and we teach our clients and we give them all the information necessary. The Giving Back program that we do is one of the things we're most proud of. We give 1% of our revenue to the local schools, the orphanages, and all the different communities that we visit. It feels very rewarding to us when we're able to give back in that way.
Sustainable travel is part of our company. We make sure we don't use plastic bottles. We try to use green restaurants and hotels. All the little things matter.
PhotoQuest Adventures teaches sustainable travel as a way to better understand the Earth, its people, and how to respect and protect them.
It's very interesting to us that people who start off as strangers end up being lifelong friends after they've done the trip.
We have a great time, we laugh a lot, so you want to come back with great images, but you also want to have fun, and that's one thing you'll always remember the rest of your life.
To learn more about how you can fulfill a desire for adventure and new experience, visit PhotoQuestAdventures.com, and of course you can visit our website, thebalancingact.com.
We all know how important staying healthy is. Check out our next story.
In a study done by the CDC in 2019, over 20% of adults were dealing with chronic pain that affected everyday activities. In addition, 85% of people will experience back pain at some point in their lives.
So traditionally, pain management used to consist of more medication management rather than more targeted and innovative procedures that we do precisely under image guidance. There was a lot less evidence base when the specialty first came to be, and we've learned a lot. We have a lot of data, a lot of more innovative procedures, a lot of targets with which we use in an advanced way and a specialized way to treat a lot of these pain conditions. Whereas prior, this usually was treated with pain medications, some physical therapy, nerve pain medications, and a lot of opioid narcotic medications, which we have thankfully strayed away from. In the appropriate setting, opioid prescription medications can be completely adequate, and they are appropriate for instances like palliative care, hospice care, cancer-related care, or other extenuating circumstances where they have their role. Overwhelmingly, for musculoskeletal pain, joint pain, and nerve pain, there's such a wide breadth and scope of available options, as well as safe and evidence-based treatments that have really just progressed and catapulted over the last 10 to 20 years, where now there's just so many more efficacious methods of treatment available. The most common treatment conditions that we treat in our practice typically are neck pain or back pain, sciatica pain, headache management, chronic nerve pain, neuropathy.
Dr. Jay Shah is making it his mission to show people that you do not have to live with pain forever. The Samwell Institute for Pain Management provides high-quality patient care for those trying to get back to the things they love.
I have some personal experiences as well with pain-related conditions. I unfortunately have also had a number of back surgeries myself due to just horrible car accidents when I was younger, and having gone through that experience firsthand, it really showed me what it's like to have horrible back pain and pain that radiates down my leg, and how the post-operative recovery really is. All of those sentiments resonate with my patients as well as myself, and I'm able to relate to them on a little bit of a different level, on a personal level. My mother was also diagnosed with breast cancer, went through all sorts of treatments for post-operative and post-cancer treatment pain, and having seen that and having seen at a young age what interventional pain specialists are capable of doing in those circumstances was life-changing for me. So there's a number of different things that kind of just threw me into the space, and I love what I do every day, and I'm very fortunate to be able to help people.
For the interventional part, our doctor, he does not prescribe any opioids. He wants to stay along the interventional aspect. He offers lots of options, whether it's doing injections, minimally invasive procedures, or even doing some physical therapy that can help with the pain. That's something that we really do try to stand on as a group, just promoting, health and wellness for the patient, doing what they can to do better in the future with their pain, and pretty much doing anything that we can on our end to make sure that they're feeling good.
We're pretty easy to find. The process in terms of new patient intake and being seen in our office is pretty simple. We make ourselves very visible and accessible. So in our practice, we are a little bit more modernized and digitalized, where patients can actually chat with us online through our website directly with an actual individual, not an automated robot. They can also text with us, and they can also book their appointments and follow-up appointments online through an automated system that we have.
So the patient experience is very important to us here. We want to make sure that you feel calm, safe, because we see these patients that are in the worst pain of their entire lives. We know that that affects them physically, mentally, emotionally, so we just want to help them and make them feel as comfortable as possible. I will bring the patient in, go over their past medical history, figure out where they're having pain, discuss with them what treatment that they have had, any imaging that they've done, where their pain triggers, anything like that, and then I'll relay the message to Dr. Shaw.
It's an emotion that can affect you mentally, cognitively, physically. It really can affect not just your entire life, but that of those around you as well, your loved one, your family, and your friends. It really affects your whole life. So we take that 360-degree approach in our practice with each individual that walks in. There are many patients that, they've been given several different options, whether it's take this pill and this opioid pain medication, try some physical therapy, or I can refer you, for a major surgery, which they may or may not need. There's always another option. The last option, which is an unfortunate consequence that people think, is that I can just live with the pain. I don't want to do any of those options. And all too often, we hear a lot of patients that end up on our doorstep and they call our office because they, for years, have thought that I didn't think anything else was available. I've seen other specialists and other physicians and other therapists and other providers who have really told me that that's it. There's nothing else that can be done for your condition. And so they opt for that latter option, which is I'm just going to go ahead and live with the pain, which is really unfortunate. And I really think that the reason our field is so special is because we inspire hope on a daily basis.
A different approach to pain relief and functional restoration is the best way to help you get better. If you'd like more information, visit samwellpain.com or check out this segment again at thebalancingact.com.
Thanks so much for joining us on this local edition of The Balancing Act. We'll see you next time.